Part 67. Let's go. Last drop. Giovanni's room inside the Palazzo Altitude, as well as Da Vinci's, as a wanted member of the Auditore family. This allows Ezio to freely roam the several database entries could be collected if he did. Was caught stealing money from civilians. Christina would help him fight them, similar to courtesans and thieves. If any of the bodies fell into the water or Ezio knocked out any guards, he would be desynchronized. But he would not find any money. Renaissance, the novel of Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio specifically forbade Christina from accompanying him to the family's bodies. Also in the novel, the pendant Ezio gave Christina was different from the one in game. Instead of a golden cross with jewels, the novel depicted it as a simple yet heavy silver pendant with the engraved initial A, for Auditore, obviously. Strangely enough, Ezio's face model is replaced with Desmond whenever he wears the hood. Because Ubisoft were lazy, I guess. Ezio's robes in this memory differ slightly than the ones he wore in Assassin's Creed 2. The interior of his robes are white instead of red, and he's wearing a different set of boots. Best man. All of Ezio's equipment in the memory could not have been obtained in that particular time frame. These pieces included the Sword of Altair, the Medici cape, the notched quadia, and the metal armor set. The image for this memory shows Ezio with a beard, though he did not grow one until the events of the Battle of Forli. Ezio's sword could sometimes disappear. Fun. Persona non grata. This is the only memory of Christina that does not take place in Florence, obviously. Accessed this memory while wearing any outfit. He would not wear a mask. Despite this taking place during Sequence 9 of Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio could still gain notoriety in Venice during the memory, because it's Carnival, and this took place before he killed Bob Barrico, I think it is. Probably. And that's just off the top of my head from like 6 months ago playing the game. I've got a memory for these things. A long memory. You could say it's genetic. Anyway, oh, that was terrible. Although Christina had seen Ezio's outfit multiple times, she showed no signs of recognising it in the memory. It could have been because A, it's dark, and B, she hadn't seen it in a few years, possibly. You never know. Love's labour's lost. The only thing that I need to say about this, the only trivia about that memory is relevant to the novel. Because Ezio was not. Instead, he was told what happened before he began the revolt against kind of a downer moment overall. Shit, sorry, I think my microphone cut out there for a second, so let me repeat that. Ezio was not present when Christina died. He was told what happened by Machiavelli before he went on to lead the revolt against Savonarola. Which is, yeah, kind of depressing when you think about it. Anyway, that's all the Christina missions done. Now for the DLC missions. Starting off with the one that got away. If Ezio was wearing the armour of Brutus or the Helmschmied Draken armour during the memory, when you went to remove his hood during the encounter with Lucrezia Borgia, it would stay in place. This is possibly due to there being no in-game model of the outfit without a hood, because Ubisoft was lazy. God, is that a new meme? It might as well be at this point. Strangely enough, there were still papal guards inside Lucrezia's palace, carrying the Borgia emblem, despite the Borgia already having lost all power within the church in Rome. There are also Borgia guards patrolling the palace rather than Alfonso's guard. It's a lazy game when you think about it, and lazy DLC as well. Bon voyage. There is no penalty for killing Duccio's henchman, but killing Duccio will end up in desynchronization. Why would that be? Find out in Assassin's Creed Revelations. There's our auditory affair. The first target painting is located randomly, which is why Ezio needs to use Eagle Vision to find it. The memory title is a reference to the Thomas Crown Affair, a heist film based on a 1962 novel in which a wealthy banker plans to steal an expensive Monet painting. Decoding Da Vinci, obviously a reference to the Da Vinci Code, but the memory is also one of the few instances in the series where Eagle Vision is mentioned, admittedly not by name, by another character in the game. The Temple of Pythagoras, the last temple in the game. The coordinates given in the memory corresponded to one of the vault locations on the codex wall at the beginning of the game / at the end of the last game. To during New York, which is where the assassins in the modern day are heading towards, starting in Assassin's Creed Revelations. You can see a lot more ties to the next game already. Ooh. Although I would like to point out, Assassin's Creed Revelations originally started as a 3DS game called Lost Legacy, I believe, but it got upgraded to a main series console game instead. Just like Liberation ended up being ported across at some point. Anyway, that's all the Da Vinci DLC stuff done. Now on to the only Copernicus conspiracy trivia, or one of the only ones. In the Man in Red mission, due to a glitch, Giuliano uses this character model of the Master of the Sacred Palace rather than one of a cardinal. Does that mean that the Sacred Palace Master was only a Master of the Sacred Palace? Could they also be Templars? Entirely possible. But that's just my thoughts on that. Close the book. After an assassin is sent after Copernico, not one of your assassins, it is possible to locate and kill him prematurely to avoid the final fight. And now to go into the Romulus there trivia, since we're doing all those missions now. Starting off with Wolves Among the Dead, of course, since that's the first one. The path through the maze-like catacombs was actually marked by torches, wherein the flames blew in the appropriate direction, along with arrows on the wall, which I did show off. However, at the beginning of the area, Eventually used, or rather, at the entrance to the Basilica, Eventually used Eagle Vision near the entrance. Two drawings could be seen on the floor. Drawings that matched ones drawn by Subject 16 in Abstergo in 2012. I wonder. Anyway. Thrown to the wolves. It's possible to climb onto the platform that the leader was on by using the climb leap glove. Once you could reach the lifts that were previously inaccessible. It was possible to kill the seated follower using a ranged weapon, which I didn't know. And when Desmond visits the Colosseum in 2012, he sees visions of Ezio fighting the followers beneath the Colosseum from this mission. Also, fuck this mission, by the way. You should all know why by now. Anyway, leader of the pack. It is possible to enter the lair without renovating the nearby aqueduct through the use of the catchback and climb leap techniques. The 6th day, which I believe I just finished. Throughout the entire place, there were no followers. Romulus would not have any followers of Romulus, but it's just an odd little thing to make it unique, I guess. And finally, a wolf in sheep's clothing as it's going on. Perfect timing. It is the beginning here, and with the cardinals jumping to the scaffolding and dropping into the area where the cardinal was. From there, Ezio could follow the route taken in the chase sequence. So basically you could just freely access the collectibles in the area before coming back and doing the mission properly. Kind of weird. Also, an alternate cutscene could play if Ezio threw the cardinal over the side of the wooden rail in the tower. As he falls, Cardinal's neck, and he would say, "You saved me, praise God." Oh shit, I think I bumped in. Was it to cut out a bit there? So let me repeat this. An alternate cutscene could play if Ezio threw the cardinal over the side of the wooden rail in the tower where they fight. The cardinal's neck, and he would say, "You saved me, praise God," before Ezio forcefully pulls on the key and makes the string holding it snap, letting the cardinal fall to his death. I have never seen this cutscene. I'm tempted to go back through this mission just for that cutscene. As you can see, I am having some bad luck with it. So yeah, that's all the trivia that I'm covering in this thing. So yeah, overall, it's still cutting out again. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, that's all the trivia I'm covering. God damn it. The other missions I don't really care about. So yeah. for the rest of this mission. For the rest of this video, and the next one is just going to be me bullshitting as usual. You know, I really do enjoy these games. I do. I just wish they weren't so buggy. Or in the case of the later ones, so filled with microtransactions and loot boxes and stuff. Aggressive monetization. Just stop that, Ubisoft. You don't need it for this series. You've already proven that you don't need it. And if you think you do need it, maybe, you know, downsize the development team. Because for fuck's sake, you don't need 10 teams working on Assassin's Creed. Or any Ubisoft game for that matter. Three or four I can understand. Plus whatever localization you need. But 10. I'm dreading replaying Revelations. Because I know how long that fucking credit sequence goes. It scares me so much that the microphone cut out. I'm not stopping this video. Even though I keep cutting out, I refuse to stop this video. God damn it. You don't need 10. You don't need credits to go on for 20 fucking minutes. Not even movies are that bad. Anyway. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is a good game. Oh, by the way, there is some more trivia I can bring up. The game engine that they're using in this game and pretty much all of the Assassin's Creed games began with the development of Assassin's Creed 1. Like the entire lifespan of Assassin's Creed as a franchise has been around this one game engine called Anvil, and it's just they keep building upon it, they keep reiterating it, but the deep down is still the same game engine. Which makes my question of where the fuck is Assassin's Creed 1's remaster even more relevant, 'Cause it's still the same engine deep down. Why? I'm getting ahead of myself, I think. But seriously, why that? And why are you still using it for stuff like Unity and Origins and Odyssey and every other game in the series? God damn it, we don't need it all. Anyway, here's the final set, I guess. It's just these side missions. I don't think I actually needed to do these, but I did them anyway, just to be safe. Look how quick that was. That was so smooth. Smooth and quick and... Good God. Sorry, I really needed that drink. Oh, look at me go, I'm doing that thing again. It just never ends with me. Yeah, that's all you have to do for that mission. Just use your arrow storm. The Merchant of Rome. I don't know why that black screen was there. I'm not going to re-edit it. I'm just going to leave it all in. That was an accident. But I know I waited a little bit there for my assassin signal to to work properly. Look, I'm undetected. I kill him. I used these assassins for diversion, but I didn't get the mission. What the fuck? Why? Why does this game hate me so much? I just want to get the platinum. God damn it. Anyway, I believe this ends up being the attempt that wins. Look, I did nothing differently there, and somehow that worked, but the other one didn't. What the hell, game? What the hell? See you guys next time for the final post-commentary part of this Let's Play. God damn it.